Hi, we get to do that all again. Sorry, Violet.
Oh, no. Rip.
Were we muted?
Maybe.
God dang it. At least we didn't get kicked out of Discord.
Yeah, see, positives.
Oh
So
my
Violet
goodness.
volunteered graciously to say what we were doing.
And it was such a good recap too.
It was, and I believe we talked about how there was an orange worm in the sod in the corridor. I don't know what else was covered after
It was
that.
put there by a ghost.
Yes, a ghost.
Yeah, and we tried to talk to the worm. We tried to talk to the ghost. The ghost was a young woman. She got bored and left.
He looked familiar.
Yeah, she looked familiar, like one of the students.
Yeah, because she was another student.
See here.
She said she was killed in our room, which is weird.
Was she though?
That's
what
when I
she
asked
said.
her. She said yes to that, so I assume that she wasn't lying, but again, I don't know for sure.
We found the numbers 4, 8, 15, 16, 23, and 42 written on the outside of our security door. We went to the dining hall and dining hall is a little emptier than usual. Kellis found one of Kofu's embroidered napkins on the floor. I didn't quite catch what that was about, if we figured out what that was about.
1 second, quick aside. Kellis did not canonically say that he did not go on his date last night. Nobody ever brought it up, and it totally happened, and that just didn't happen. That we said that didn't happen. I'm basically just saying that did happen, but we're gonna retcon it and say that nobody brought it up. Because otherwise, with things that have happened with the other group, Kofu might have had some other things to say, and so we're gonna make sure it was last night.
Okay.
That said,
right.
Kellis did not come home last night.
Oh yeah.
He spent the night at Kofu's and then went straight to work. So, and if anyone noticed, yeah, I guess Violet would notice because she sleeps in his room. But yeah. So.
Yeah, well, actually, what we'll do, because we're smart. Watch this. Let's grab all of you, and we're gonna reverse time to breakfast, like any good retcon. And nobody's in the. Because timing wise out of character, we had not had the minisode when we should have, but now that we have, we're going to pretend like breakfast had a slightly different reaction when you asked him about his date, like him saying that it actually happened.
Oh.
Yeah, basically just the timing this is a out of character. We're retconning some shit to make it work because, you know, timing IRL is often difficult for the things we need to accomplish.
Should I continue the recap?
We're going to continue the recap right after this.
Okay.
Wibbly wobbly timey wimey thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
basically, yeah. We've got to fix some things for the timeline to work together. It happens sometimes with when I'm available to do minisodes and such, and timing of when I say things should happen.
In Mushing, we call this a time bubble. We time bubbled something because we didn't get a chance to play it when we wanted to.
Correct, that thing. Okay, so we rewind. We are just waking up. We're going to breakfast after everyone's gotten back from their jobs, and you guys all see Kellis walk in, and you guys are talking. You guys are sat down, and you got your food, and Violet has just asked, so, Kellis, how did your encounter go last night, or whatever you're gonna say, Violet? What would you say given that he never returned last night and he was supposed to be meeting with Kofu?
Oh, I would just straight up call it a date. I was like, "How was your date last night?"
I
wouldn't say anything about him not coming back. I mean, like, you know, discretion is the better part of valor.
Yeah.
I'd just be like, so how was your day last night?
I mean, it wasn't really a date. It was just dinner. I mean, we just had a chat with, we sat down, we had food.
Did you
She's a really good cook.
play?
Wait, oh yeah. It was good. It was good.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
At this point, would he have found the napkin already, or?
No. I don't think so. Wait, when did you find it? Did you find it when you walked in or when you walked out?
I can't remember.
We'll go with yes, you found the napkin.
Okay. I guess I would be holding on to the napkin pretty closely, and just kind of looking a little bit paranoid. Just like, yeah. Kofu's really nice. She's a special cook. She makes all her own food, and she wants to be the greatest cook in I think the world. She will start a restaurant.
Then we are of similar goals.
Yeah. Maybe you guys could team up or something. That would be good. I mean,
Anybody else have any comments for Cal?
Is anyone else here?
I'm here. I just got nothing to add.
Okay.
Then we return for formally scheduled recap. And yeah, we decided, I think we were going to our survival class, Violet.
Survival and cooking. Yeah.
Wait. First, we find the notice on the nurse board about the carnival coming on the weekend at the Cherry Blossom Grove.
Oh yeah.
And the note from the administration about being cautious. And then, like, don't use gold. You can only use copper or silver. And then, like, the swordsman was bothered because of the free admission for children under 10, although that's a pretty normal thing for a carnival. And Cindy joined the anti-High Demon Elgrim Club. And we found the swordsman's hiding spot in the plant box. And Kellis spilled his chocolate on himself, unfortunately. We talk about things that we like to eat, and the swordsman reveals he is good at making pizza.
I burnt my crotch.
Poor Kellis.
It's okay. I have skills. It's fine.
And then we went to cooking and survival class, which is meeting at the Cherry Blossom Grove today. And Madame Ukri was in the gazebo with a salad, something roasted and covered in gravy, and a goblet of some red liquid. And she explained that we need to make a meal from the ingredients that we're able to forage from the forest. And we overheard other students discussing that 5 students were crushed by a bell. A crazy robot is trying to kill the students. And Dashiro went running out of the cafeteria that morning. Oh, and then Kellis introduced himself to the Dragonborn student beside him, Antonio. It was kind of rude to Antonio. And then Kellis decided to, when we decided to start, like, obviously we are going to work together as a team for our meal prep. Kellis is gathering cherry blossoms to make a cherry blossom tea, and we found out about a lot of different resources that are available in the area, and I do have that list. Yeah, that's what happened so far. And then we headed to the woods to see what we could forage and trap and get.
Kellis, I'm gonna need you to be real specific about how you prepare those cherry blossoms. Just out of character when we get to it.
Yeah, I was typing it, but I can do it.
Yeah, we'll get. Yeah.
He's just filtering water right now between 2 jugs.
Okay. All right, so you
It probably
guys.
doesn't need a lot of filtering because this looks like a very clean area, but
Yes.
you know.
But you never know.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes people kill people in fountains.
Mm.
All right, so how are you guys going about what to investigate? What are you guys? You guys are splitting into your groups and looking for things. So who wants to look for their components first?
Well, I have to actually go like hunt, so I would need to. Me and Hex were gonna do that.
Yeah. Us two were gonna go do the hunting.
All right.
And I think I was gonna try to work on some foraging.
Mm-hmm. Kaliska's got his own foraging. And Cindy, what were you looking for?
So she was also gonna look for like some seasonings, but honestly, like she could probably try to do like prep.
All right. So we'll have you
So
looking
just
for seasonings for
cleaning
the first
ingredients.
phase.
Yeah, just cleaning ingredients and stuff.
All right. So, of the things, we'll go with the
Who's-
hunt. Go ahead.
Who's fishing?
Ellis can fish because he's going to be working by the water.
Hmm.
If we want fish.
Yeah,
Just
because
have
they
to
said
tell
it wanted to have multiple types of protein, if I remember correctly. So,
Okay, we'll just assume you, Ellis offered. He's like, I'll be by the water, and yeah, I'm a pretty good fisherman.
okay, good.
All right. So what
Okay.
beasts are Kellisk and Hex hunting?
There
Say
are
that again?
deer
What
quills.
proteins
Oh.
are you guys going for?
So,
Zach and
I-
Hex.
I would like
no.
to set some small traps
Zack and
to
Hex, yeah,
catch
sorry.
like rabbits or little birds, things like that. I've got. Where are you at?
There are deer, quail, pheasant, and rabbits, and also doves. But like, people don't really eat doves a great deal.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm basically going to use this to like go around setting some traps to catch like little things, and then I'm going to actually like hunt a deer. See if I
Alright.
can get one.
All right. If you're setting them for multiple small game, go ahead and roll survival for that. All right. And a 21. You managed to catch 3 rabbits.
Okay. Good.
Yay!
Right?
I'm sorry, who caught the rabbits?
Zach.
I did. Zek did. And then for hunting the actual deer.
Oh no.
Yep. Hex, are you assisting with the deer or are you hunting something
Yeah, I
else?
was gonna assist with fuck, god damn it, the trap spell.
All right. Roll survival at advantage then, Zach.
Okay.
And yeah, you managed to down a deer. Your rolls have been much better than the other parties.
Apparently. Jeez.
Well, Garen got not Garen. Cool Demon got nat 20'd on for the second time in 2 sessions.
Oof.
I don't think he was playing Garen anymore.
Yeah, no, he's Robobop now. He saw your note and he
Robobop.
said that he's gonna have to correct you when he finds you. But he is going to seek you out, so have fun. You're gonna have some fun with that. We have to figure out a DM to figure out a mini-sode because yeah, that's gonna be interesting. You have currently the most, I guess, the students are most scared of currently trying to track you down, so that's good.
Oh.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Robobop is after who now?
Hex.
Fantastic.
What? No.
Oh, so, all right. We have our seasonings. What kind of seasonings are you looking for of the things that were made available to you guys?
I don't know what's considered a seasoning here.
Whatever you choose to use as a
Celandine?
seasoning, really.
Wild garlic was mentioned.
Garlic would definitely be a seasoning, yes.
What?
That would definitely be a seasoning. Garlic, absolutely.
Yeah, wild garlic. We should also be able to. I mean, like it wasn't mentioned, but we should probably also be able to find wild onion.
Yeah, oregano, was that on there? I don't remember.
I believe there was parsley,
Parsley, okay.
wood sorrel. Let me look. You have some acorns that could be crushed down, buckthorn berries and elderberries.
You shouldn't eat buckthorn berries. They have a very strong laxative effect.
Yeah, rhubarb leaves.
Mm,
There were also some unidentified shiny blackberries.
Yes.
Cherries, plums, wild strawberries. I have the whole list. But like I said, I don't know exactly what is burdock root. Is that something that can be used as seasoning?
You might be able to. You guys would have to, investigate, roll rolls, etc., to see what you know about things.
Oh, I just think
This challenge is very much not in the gathering rolls that'll inform what you get, but it's in the combinations and what you choose to do with what becomes available to you. Presented to you as a this is a focus on maybe what you're going to do with it and how you're going to combine it more than what's going on with the fountain, perhaps. You catch my drift.
burdock root would be good for like making tea.
tea. We could mix
Yeah,
it in with
burdock
what
root.
Kellisk is doing then?
I mean, it's medicinal, so I don't know if it would taste good. So I don't know.
Hmm.
I think we should probably just scratch that.
So of those ingredients, which would you like to pursue? Or would you like to pursue some and then run a check on them and what you know about them, or etc.? Cindy.
1 second. My apologies. What check do you?
It depends on what you want to do. Are you looking for some of those? Are you seeing if you know some more for some reason about any of those ingredients? It's how you want to proceed with your checks here.
She'll just see if she can find some more. In that case.
Okay, just indiscriminately from those. So roll.
Yeah, and indiscriminately just seeing what she can find because she's not the best forager.
Yep. Roll luck and survival.
All right, let's see. Her luck skill is that's 10. So that's just a d20. So we'll do luck first. Not great. Let's see survival.
Definitely not great.
She's
Okay.
not coming out the gate swinging.
You find some wood sorrel, sorrel. Some of those black shiny berries. You find rhubarb leaves. Some what appear to be morel mushrooms. And some acorns.
Goodness. Let's see. Yeah, okay, let's spell it. They said acorns for the
Yep.
last one. All right. She'll definitely grab. Let's see. Is she able to grab all of them or just
Yeah, they're all available to you.
Okay. Yeah, so she'll just grab everything she can and just be like, I hope someone knows more about these than I do.
OOC, as someone who used to go foraging with his dad, morel mushrooms are a delicacy. They're
Mhm.
very hard to find and they cannot be farmed. So that might be something that we want to,
Yeah.
be
I actually
part of.
started doing moral foraging with my dad recently. We're able to find a few of them, but Cindy doesn't know that.
All right, and
So yes,
then
that's a killer find for a nat 1.
Yeah. I just hope it's not like it looks like morals, but it's actually just something that's going to turn you inside out.
I said it's multifaceted challenge, and
But Meta wouldn't do that to us.
no, never, never. You see Zach's eyebrows go, yeah.
If I can't trust my DM, who can I trust?
Well, I guess you can't trust anyone. Don't worry, I don't put things in chat either just to scare the shit out of you. Sometimes they're real, sometimes they're not. All right, Kellisk is hunting for fishes, I think.
Well, I probably gathered up. It's not going to be difficult for me to get cherry blossoms, but I've set up a
Yeah, those are
filtering
everywhere.
station. Yeah, I set up a filtering station near the water, so I'm probably wading into the water looking for fishes.
All right, survival at disadvantage with waiting, I feel is more difficult. Unless you have a particular
I
skill
do have
around that.
that.
Oh, yeah, then you can just roll that. Craft shelters, cook food. Yeah, I'll let you roll that standard then at that.
Okay.
A 7. I spoke too soon. Let's see. Where's my list here?
Kellisk probably did take his clothes off because he doesn't want them to get wet. So yes, Kellisk is naked again.
You managed to find 2 puffer fishes and 3 catfishes.
Puffer fish in fresh water?
Freshwater
Yep,
puffer
freshwater
fish. It's a
puffer fish.
delicacy.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Thought those were ocean fish.
They're in a
Does it have
boat
2
now.
legs or 4 legs?
Just take the win.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cal's gonna gather them up. What did you say? 2 puffer fish and what else?
3 catfish.
3 catfish.
2 that
okay.
appear to be substantially larger than the third.
Okay. Did none of them have 3 eyes, right?
No, not as far as you can tell.
Okay. Okay, no, I don't name any of them Blinky then.
No.
Okay.
All right, and then Violet, what are you searching for? Are you just generally searching for a specific category?
I want to get some of the wild strawberries, the service berries, the dandelion greens, and probably some of the wild parsnip to make a salad.
All right, roll survival.
1 second, let me find my character sheet.
Actually, Kellis would probably throw the pufferfish back because he probably knows enough about them to like. We don't want to mess with those, so he would keep the catfish.
Absolutely.
Voodoo fish.
You're able to find all 5 of those ingredients with an 18.
Wait.
All right.
Do I find any of the shiny blackberries while I'm out exploring?
Roll luck.
Where's that at on my character sheet again, please?
It's probably an attack roll. No, you do not find any, unfortunately.
That's okay. That's all right.
All right. I think somebody else did. So you guys all come back together after your gathering and compare what you guys have found. What are you preparing?
Okay, what all do we have?
I'm not gonna cook because last time I tried to cook, someone decided to throw flour into the fire.
We have Violet here. None of us have to cook but her. She'll murder it completely. What we need to do. Okay. So we have catfish, we have rabbit, we have deer. So those are the 3 main proteins that we need a good vegetable side. So what do we have from vegetables?
Wood sorrel, the root, is used. Acorn take a lot of preparation to make into like kind of a flour, so I don't really think they'd be great because it takes a lot of preparation and it's very time consuming. Sorry, I've watched people do that.
Did we not find any potatoes?
No. Did you expect to find potatoes?
I don't think potatoes were an item that you guys identified in your searches.
We could really use potatoes.
Yeah, there's a out of character. There's a specific subset of ingredients that I have in front of me that you were potentially able to find. So what you identified last session is a subset of all the available things in the forest. And then some of you who didn't search specifically may have found things you didn't even discover in your initial search. But there is a limited set of what's out there.
What's potatoes, precious?
No.
What's taters, eh?
Okay.
But the wood sorrel would probably work as a quote-unquote vegetable. The roots are sometimes known as New Zealand yams. I don't know what they would taste like, honestly.
Tart lemon-like flavor, apparently. So it's sour.
Yeah, the leaves also make a lemony tasting tea when they're dried.
Can we do a sweet and sour sauce for the proteins? Do we have anything that's sweet?
I got some wild strawberries. There are cherries obviously available. There are plums, and then service berries.
Shiny blackberries.
Are those edible?
Oh, can I see those, please, Cindy?
Absolutely. Here you go.
Thank you. I would like to roll to know what these are, please.
Survival. All right, 1 second. I gotta look for. I have a lot of lists here. There we go. With a 13, are they? Jesus Christ, sorry. You're not quite sure what they are, but you vaguely recall being warned about something similar in a child's nursery rhyme.
Meta, can I also try to assist with it if we're like studying this thing to make
Yeah.
sure? Okay. You should throw one out there too.
You believe that they contain toxic chemicals in them or toxic elements in them.
Sex, like.
I'm gonna take a look at them too, because that's foraging's part of my stuff.
These are nightshade berries.
I'm not entirely certain, but these look like they could be toxic, so I don't think that we should use them.
Ooh.
Those are nightshades. Don't eat those.
No, we should definitely not eat those. In fact, you should probably wash your
But if
hands
they're
too.
wait. But what if we remove the poison?
No, still not worth doing. It's nightshade. They call it deadly nightshade for a reason.
What does it do? Because, I mean, like, we could probably sell these for other reasons.
It's
That's also
it's
true.
a toxin.
Yeah, we could use them for toxins.
Yeah, but is it like, tummy ache toxin, or like, you better notify your next of kin toxins?
Next of kin.
Oh, then yeah, we absolutely need to hold on to those.
Yeah, let's hang on to those.
Party 2 goes real quick to the poison route.
Out of character, I forgot that Hex has access to a spell that these would be perfect for. What's that? Your mouth is open? Nightshade, go! Psh, straight into the mouth.
Some
Down the
people
throat.
eat them. Some people eat them to get high, but it's real easy to OD on it, and like I never tried it.
You can cook the leaves and use them as food.
I'm just saying, if we wanted to try to use them, I don't ask me why. I have now gained this ability, but I could purify the poison, like get rid of it. Don't ask me why. I'm trying to build stuff, and yet my skills are giving me other things, and I don't like it. Out of character,
Give you other things.
Out of character, the artificer gets access to purify food and drink spell. Don't ask me why.
I'll tell
It's
you
just
why,
a
because you
thing.
were reading a book and it was in there, and you're like, oh, that's kind of neat.
Hex absolutely skipped that chapter if he could.
No, like it was like probably something like written in the margins of something you already.
Yeah,
were reading.
probably.
And you're like, oh, that's neat. Let me just jot that down real quick.
But yeah, I can render the berries free of poison and disease.
Yeah, I would not recommend.
Hex looks at Cindy and goes, "What if we scam people?"
No. What? No, don't scam people.
Like, I purify the berries and we go, bet you $5 I won't get sick from eating this.
We just went from selling assassin's tools to scamming people.
Hex, may we please focus on the task at hand?
Yeah. Focus up here, and he puts his 3 catfish down. There were some puffers in there, but I don't want to deal with those.
Speaking of toxic,
So he's like, there's 2 big ones and 1 little one. I think this should work.
if we're
We should definitely pair the parsley with the fish.
Agreed. I think if we take the cherries and strawberries, we mash them, we can mix them with the root, the roots of the thing that I can't remember the name of it. The
Wood sorrel?
yes, that one. Thank you. Yes. We'll mix
Also
that
put
with
a
the strawberry and cherries. and
Yep.
we can make like a sweet and sour seasoning out of that.
Ellis is gonna start creating a small little like campfire so that he can heat up the water.
Yep. You can just
That
do
was a
that.
relish.
Yes. Can you also get like a cooking fire set up too, or is that like? Do we have? I guess we have cooking. We have. I mean, we got my survival equipment and probably whatever cooking equipment Violet has.
Yeah, she has her chef's utensils.
All right. Well, Zek is going to go to work on stripping the fish and the rabbits and deer.
All right.
Ellis looks at the rabbits and cringes, and then looks at Violet and kind of steps between her and Zek.
Roll survival.
Violet just kind of shrugs and carries on with like what she's doing here.
Ooh.
All right. Apply a -1. So who wants to keep the running tally here?
What are we doing? I don't
You
understand.
gotta keep a running tally of points that mean something. Whose line is it anyway? Style. Right now you're at -1 points total.
I'm sure
Or-
it's success and fail rate for
Yeah.
cooking
Yeah.
attempts. So
Yeah, it's just an accumulation of the things you're doing throughout this time.
I can do it. So we're at -1 right now.
Yep.
Zek's gonna fiddle with it for a couple of minutes and be like, I need a better knife.
All right.
Ellis offers one of his kunai.
Oh, not the acid one, I hope.
No, it's
Thank you. Someone
it's-
else thought about it.
it's very small in your hand. It's made for someone his size, so it's a small. It would be like a fillet knife to you.
Zek's over here using it like. Nah, good. That'll still work though.
Mhm.
At least I hope so.
All right. So we have
who else is
skinned
getting
and
work?
and diced, or skinned and separated meat.
Okay. Now we need to make the seasoning.
What are you using in the seasoning?
My suggestion was the sweet and sour idea. I don't know if anyone else had something better.
I'm okay with that.
And then also the parsley for the fish was the other one that I remember being mentioned.
Yeah, parsley for the fish. We do also have access to plums, although we didn't gather any. We can go get some. That's no problem. I don't know.
Plum sauce. I don't know if that would go good with anything.
It might go
But,
well with rabbit.
Huh. That's not a bad idea, actually.
I go over and I pick up my jug and I set it on top of the fire and I throw a handful of the cherry blossoms in. Just kind of monitoring it.
So
One
do we
sec.
want to go get some of those plums while someone else works on making the sauce for the deer?
And did everybody
Give it a
see that?
try.
Sorry. Did everybody see that note that you guys have 45 minutes ish?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's why I'm trying to
So-
not go too quick, but also not drag it out either.
Yeah.
I
Well,
do
that-
think that a plum sauce would go really well with the rabbit. I think that that's a great idea. And then we had discussed doing a compote of the wild strawberries and cherries and the wood sorrel root.
Violet, since you know a word that I assume is a cooking related one, I will leave the cooking to you and I will go try to find you some plums.
All
I
right.
can assist.
And
Survival.
while they're preparing the fish. Hex is gonna offer to set up the fire.
All right. Roll survival at advantage. Zach, and you're rolling at advantage as a result of Cindy. Violet, you're preparing that stuff. Roll survival. And then who's preparing the seasonings?
That's what Violet's working on is basically I'm going to get more ingredients
Okay.
for Violet so she can make what she wants out of the whole meal. So she's basically doing
All right.
actual like cooking part, and I'm helping out with that
Okay.
now. I guess.
Well, you find that, and so you're good there. Violet, go ahead and roll your survival +3.
What am I rolling survival for?
You're cooking and preparing of the compote and the seasonings. I don't know, whatever you just described. I didn't catch all of it.
Bear with me one moment.
Yes.
I don't think that I would use survival for my cooking skills.
Survival is the cooking skill unless you have cooking utensils, but you'd have to have
does, though,
proficiency.
so-
Yeah, you
I
could roll
do.
cooking utensils.
How? How do I roll them?
If they're
just
in there,
click
you
on 'em?
should be able to click on them.
Well, if it's tools that you have proficiency in, it gives you proficiency bonus with it, and I believe potentially advantage. Let me double check.
I don't seem to get advantage, but I can roll my tools like that. Yeah. They should be on your sheet
Well,
under,
no.
they're at the bottom of the
Oh yeah, they
skills
got
there. Yeah,
19.
There we
good.
go. So
Plus
take
three.
Then I did.
22.
so take
so that is yet another plus.
a plus.
+2, so we're at 1.
No, that would be plus. Oh god. 6?
What, from the -1 we're at
Yeah.
+6 now?
So you'd be at +5
Okay.
total, but yeah, +6
Okay.
from the
No,
roll.
I was just trying to make sure. I was just
Yep.
trying to figure out what the total was.
Yep. And what are you doing next?
I guess now we would actually have to cook the meat.
Yeah, and Hex was getting the fire ready.
Yeah, so that's, I guess the next thing is building the fire.
Yeah, I mean, a fire, we're fine with that being done.
Do you want me to roll survival for the tea, or?
I don't take this any which way or other, but I don't, at this point, given what's been done, I don't need any survival roll on that tea.
Okay.
So, do we have a fire now?
Mm-hmm.
Then I guess we need to cook the meat.
So it'll be Hex and whoever rolling a blend.
I guess that would also be Violet, and because she's got the cook utensils. So
Violet roll cooking utensils, Hex roll survival, or I mean cooking utensils if you were to have that, but I don't believe you do.
just building the fire would definitely be survival. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I would say that Violet would get a bonus based on how well of a survival roll Hex makes.
Yep. It'll be a blend. It'll be blend in the way it does it. So 12, and what's yours, Hex?
Hex.
Sorry, what?
Roll survival.
Alright. Where is my sheet? Survival.
Pick the last one.
Yeah, I know. I got like nothing though. So.
Oh. All
Like
right.
I said, I have +0, so.
-1 for the total
Okay.
score.
Down to 4.
Yep.
So then, I guess now we would have to apply the seasonings and compote and whatever else.
Finalize the
There.
forms. Yeah.
Yeah, to the meat so it can be plated. So probably 2 more steps. Oh,
The plating would be performance.
okay.
We're just letting Violet
That
roll
one-
the next cooking roll to bring it
So
together.
that one we might have to leave up to Cindy.
All right. So survival for Violet. Well, cooking utensils. There is some level of interpretation that has to go on when I call for rolls specifically. In general, Violet, given
Boo.
I know the mechanics less well. What you are your rolls are just not great today. All of
We
you.
need a reroll. Boo.
You could
I
roll
offer
and
this
you could do an
on that?
inspiration.
Yeah, I would try to give her inspiration.
Yeah. There's through the
I think you went
points.
through the actual thing.
I'm doing it if no one else is.
I don't know how
Okay.
to.
When you're
Can
in
we
the
buy
stream, next to bits, there's a bone. If you click the
Yeah,
bone,
right
it
on the
shows
bone
you.
Thing.
Okay.
There we
Yeah,
go.
there we go.
I
So
do.
roll a d4 / roll space 1d4. So take a +1 to your total then.
Okay, back up to 5.
And then we have the plating, I believe, left for Cindy. That's performance.
All right, yeah, I'll do that. So, all right. Normal roll. All right. Is there any way for anyone to potentially assist?
They can. It can assist, can end up being positive or negative, however, depending on how they roll. So.
Oh, I was going like advantage assist, like the help action.
For this, if anybody has a proficiency in performance, I'll let them just give you straight advantage. Otherwise, we do a blend.
I do not.
Okay. Then we'll just go with a normal roll here and hope for the best. All right.
You can either gain nor lose any points from the plating.
Still at 5. Okay.
All right. Do you have any other things? You have tea. You have your main course, and I think you guys are going to do a salad of some sort, but I could be wrong.
I don't know if we have enough vegetables to do a salad, but maybe we could do something with the acorns for that.
No, like I said, acorns take fucking forever to prepare. I was gonna do dandelion greens and strawberries. And
Okay.
I was also looking at maybe some of the wood sorrel roots. Now we could use the wild parsnip as a vegetable because mashed parsnip is kind of like a spicy mashed potato.
Okay.
Yeah, dandelion salad was popular back during the Depression, so
Yeah,
it's,
well, we can do that. That sounds good. If you want to.
We should also do something with the morel mushrooms, but I don't know what exactly. We also
Put them
have
in-
celandine.
I was going to say, put them in the salad.
Yeah.
you're gonna have to cook them. They'd be tough if
Out
you
of
Wow.
character,
Or
out of
boil
character.
them.
At no point
Yeah.
have they been confirmed to be morel mushrooms.
Oh, yeah, I guess we should investigate them a little bit more before we throw them in.
Hex is just ready on standby to purify everything as needed.
Well, Chalice being the forager type, so I will do. I'm gonna take a look at the morels.
They are in
Oh.
fact false morels, which
Oh,
are apparently an actual thing.
You need to. Are they edible or are they
Um,
poison?
Let me go
Yeah.
find him.
They
No,
are
they
toxic.
yeah, they resemble edible morels but contain harmful toxins.
Consuming a false morel can lead to severe illness or death.
Yes.
Yeah, Chalice gathers those up and he's like, we're just gonna throw these out.
No, wait.
What?
If we can cook them to make them look good, I can purify the poison out of them.
well, the thing is, usually the things that make them poison also make them taste very bitter.
Yeah.
Right.
So then we get rid of the bitterness.
No, I don't think we'd be getting rid of the bitterness. We would just be getting rid
You
of
would
the
just
poison.
be getting rid of the
part.
poison. Yes.
Yeah, we shouldn't eat these. Like, we don't need them. We got
Okay.
plenty.
Hex, if it will make you feel better, you can use it on the entire
I'm just
meal
trying to
once
be
we're
helpful
done.
because I don't know what tastes good or not.
Lots of things taste good, but you don't get to taste them ever again. So
Yeah,
That's
why
Cosmic
we
says everything's
purify
edible
them.
once.
yeah, he
Yeah.
digs a little hole and puts some morels in it and covers them up.
I don't know if that's how it would work. Because the entire thing itself is poison, right?
Yeah.
So can you remove the essence of the mushroom?
I already buried them. They're garbage.
Oh, okay. Or that.
Okay, listen, we've got so far we've got rabbit with a plum sauce. We've got fish with parsley, and I think we should also use the wild garlic on that.
What about the?
Okay.
Oh, we have fish that you guys I don't think have incorporated yet.
Oh yeah, we still need to do the fish cook and the salad now. I guess we have to make that.
And my guess is the estimate's that you got about 30 minutes left because Goji is in theory supposed to be here about halfway through.
Okay.
And I figured an hour and a half was a good
I will do
reasonable
with
time.
dandelion greens, strawberries, service berries, and a sauce made from the juice of strawberries.
I'd eat it.
I don't think that we decided what we were doing with the wood sorrel. Oh, right, we were going to do.
You said you were gonna make that as part of the salad. I thought.
Yeah, okay. All right, we can do diced. Because it tastes kind of like fresh and lemony.
Uh-huh.
We do also have celandine, which gives a hot and bitter flavor. And we have not used the cherries for anything.
We could do the cherry. Let me think. I was gonna say we could have mixed the cherries in with the compote with the strawberries to give it like a contrasting flavor.
I'm also going to examine the fish to make sure they're what I think they are.
All right. Roll 3 survival checks on big, big, small in order.
Big, small.
You are pretty sure that the first 2 have second. That the first 2 have ingested algal blooms, but you're not sure on the third one.
Okay, algal blooms. What are what are they?
Like blooms of algae in the lake or river. Probably not great for them or you if you consume them.
It's the red tide stuff, probably.
Yeah, we're gonna throw that. We're gonna throw their guts out anyway. So, since we're gonna fillet the fish, so we're not gonna eat what they eat.
You probably would know with a roll of 21 on that one that would still harm you.
Oh,
It kind of infects the whole fish.
Hey Hex, come here for a minute. Take a look at these fish.
Okay.
If you want to detoxify something, these fish have been eating some bad stuff.
Okay. He's gonna basically slap the fish as he does.
Do all 3 of them because I don't know about the little one.
It doesn't. Yeah, like he's doing. Like he only has to do it once, but all food within 5 feet of him is now purified, as well as any water is purified.
Yep, you've purified those.
There.
So all the algae just kind of clears up and everything?
Yep, all the toxins and all the nasties, all gone.
Now we can cook them up.
Who did the purify? I'm sorry. I can't.
Hex.
I'm working with only one monitor today.
Hex.
Hi, Hex did.
Yeah, Frostbull, what did you think? Did you ever expect that you'd be hearing about algal blooms and catfish in a D&D stream?
Did you expect an artificer to know how to purify food and drink for you?
He says you're just gonna slap the toxins out of the fish.
Yeah.
Or she, whichever.
Just gonna slap. Just gonna slap.
That your emerald move?
Frostbolt is a Wookiee from what I hear. I've never met him.
Yeah.
He's a giant Wookiee.
A rival for my 6'6" self.
All right. Do you have any more prep for your dish to do?
So I'm a doof, and I have the, let me see here, Wanderer feature. Is there anything we can use with that to just squeeze something in at the end? Because I'm able to just find stuff without a roll.
I
don't
don't.
know, I
It'd
got
be hard to
advantage on
find
mine
something to
earlier
grab.
with
Yeah,
that.
it'd be hard to. I mean, if you guys can think of something else you'd want to add, you could roll to find it, and then you could roll to incorporate it through Violet or however you guys are gonna do it. So
Good.
I mean, there was talk of potatoes.
I can tell you there are no potatoes here.
Oh my goodness.
I do have a
What
set
about
list.
carrots?
I don't see those. No.
Hmm.
There's a joke in there somewhere, but I'm not going to say it.
I will give you some seasonings. Would be good. I'll give you roll a survival at advantage.
Okay. Survival, normal, advantage, probably. 18.
You find wild mint, plantains, Japanese knotweed, sakura leaves, and chickweed.
Yeah, she's gonna bring all of those back because, like, I think that she's just not been doing great so far. Just not good on the survival rolls. So I think she's just kind of like, while everyone's prepping stuff, she just kind of like walked it off and was like, "Wait a minute," and just the things that she learned growing up, she just kind of reapplied them and took a second look at things.
Could I get that list again?
Yes. 1 second. No, there's that. Japanese knotweed, sakura leaves, plantains, wild mint.
Too fast.
Sakura leaves,
Cherry blossom.
Sakura.
Japanese knotweed. Those are different than cherry blossom leaves, for some reason. Don't ask me why.
Weird.
They're distinctly different. I would not make that distinction if there wasn't some reason to. Plantains, Japanese knotweed, wild mint, and chickweed.
So sakura leaves, knotweed, wild mint, plantains, and chickweed. Now plantains can be used for a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
I would be happy to incorporate the chickweed into the salad.
Mm-hmm.
It has a slightly sweet taste, with a hint of floral and medicinal notes. Or it can be cooked, and it's a lot more like spinach.
That could be good.
Also,
tries his
once
tea
keep
a little bit.
roll a Constitution save.
No.
You start to feel a little sick to your stomach. That's it, but
If there was any poison meta, it's not in there.
then you just taste water. If
If he's drinking the water.
Well, if he's drinking the tea and you purified it, then he's just drinking water again.
Was the tea made before or after I purified everything?
Before, but I don't know if it was within 5 feet of you. Was it within 5 feet of him when he...
It'd be right around here.
Let's do this. Kellis, roll a luck.
Yeah, that's
Why
fair.
the hell not?
That's fair. That's fair.
Ooh.
Alright, so
Yeah, then you're just... When you drink it, it's just water. Just warm water. There's nothing, no other taste to it. It's like there's no color, there's no... Nothing.
This is just water.
Hey, I go, G.
Well, I guess
that
good
makes-
timing then.
Yep. So now you guys are gonna need to figure out how you present your meal in terms of how you describe it, what you say about it is going to affect your percentage chances of winning. If I kill this and flip over to 6, we should be good. Yes, we are. Look at that. Okay. So you guys have a little bit here still to discuss what if you're going to finish adding any of that stuff and then how you're going to describe it.
No, Scrubs, this is just water. This didn't work.
And we can bring the swordsman back. He was swordsman. You were off doing something.
Could you use the actual cherries we found as flavoring for it?
Wanted it to have something more subtle. I guess we could try that. I don't want to put a whole lot in there.
Just mash a few of them up and put them at the bottom and mix it up.
Okay.
Is there any possibility? Sorry.
Go ahead.
Did Hex's thing purify the cherries? Because I just thought they could be choke cherries.
Did he run it? Did he like cast it again?
Again, if they're all within, if they were within 5 feet of me, they're purified.
Well, I mean, it was just cherries before. He hadn't made the cherry thing yet.
I mean, yeah, even then, if they're just cherries, they would be purified.
If they're within 5 feet where he cast it.
So I would leave that up to you at this point.
Yeah, because a purification of a thing that's by nature, like if you purify like cyanide, it's nothing's gonna happen to you. You can't eat the cyanide. If you are selling poisoned with cyanide, the cyanide would be removed from the dish. So you wouldn't a cherry wouldn't disappear if that's what it is by nature. But if it was in a tea and it was poisonous, then it would be removed. That's the distinction.
Okay.
So
Elsk is going to take one of the cherries, and he's going to squish it, and then he's going to lick his finger to see if it's bitter or if it's not.
It's sweet.
These should be okay. I think these are normal.
Okay, that's good.
In the future, I'm okay with testing things that we think might be poisonous. I have sort of a natural resistance.
He holds open his hand. And he's like, "Go ahead, take one if you want to eat it. Try it out.
Try a cherry.
It tastes like a cherry. So, I mean, you know, it's not the best cherry you've ever had, but it's not the worst.
It was a good cherry.
Okay, we can make that to flavor the drink then.
Yeah.
Yes, Violet.
Is there any chance that we could possibly find any honey or maple? It wouldn't be syrup, but sap.
I'll go with luck, and also that's not a bad idea. If anybody ever feels like they're not being able to say what they want to say, if you literally hold your hand up, I will probably remember to break in for you. So continue, Violet. I'll say luck on finding. You have to choose one of those three that you can try and find. Or one of those
Honey.
two.
I want to find honey.
All right, luck.
Ooh.
Yeah, you absolutely find honey, but roll survival for your extraction. Oh, so you extract some honey, but you take 3d4 damage from bee stings. Not that, I mean, it really matters, but... Or apparently it does. You got fucked up by those.
I can't hear you.
You take 11 points of bee sting damage because I rolled 3d4 for it, and it was a 4, 4, and a 3.
Damn.
That's a
You
lot
got
of bees.
savaged by some bees.
Bees!
Bees.
Give me
Ah.
1 second. That looked painful. Let me may I please cast my spell? Roll 20.
Thank you, Cosmic.
There we go. Let's see. So I'm gonna do level 1, so 1d4 plus spellcasting modifier. So that's plus 5. So now we're gonna do.
I thought this was going to be the least dangerous
It's gonna
class
be
of the day.
8 health. I heal you for 8 points of health.
8 points. Yeah, you're almost back to normal. Most of the beast things go away.
Okay. So the honey would go super, super great with the cherries in the drink. But also we can do a diced mash of strawberries and cherries with some honeys as a dessert. And then a little bit of honey with the strawberry juice that I was using for the salad. That would be super good.
And we're going to say you have 5 more minutes to do your last bits of whatever you're going to do. Whatever you have prepared to present in 5 minutes will be what you will present to the class with their presentations. And go.
All right, so I could do the presenting part. I'm very persuasive.
Do we have any mugs or anything? Glasses?
No.
Those were provided by Ufri, I do believe.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. This dinnerware
Alright.
was provided by her.
So he's gonna tilt the jug after mixing everything in. Well, he's gonna try it first to see if he likes it.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll on that?
Roll your cooking or your survival to see how well you prepared it.
Oh,
It basically tastes like if you watered down flavored water with more water.
Okay, well, I'm going to put a little bit more of the sweeteners, the cherries and the honey into it and mix it.
All right. Survival at disadvantage since it's your second check. It's passable. It's propel levels of flavor. If anyone remembers.
Does it give us
propel.
is that a plus to it or negative? Or?
I'll say it's +1.
Okay. Violet, have you rolled to finish cooking the last of the stuff you've been talking about?
At
I don't
this
see
point, I
one.
don't even know. I'm confused. I assume that everything is prepared, but probably needs to be tasted. So like the rabbit with plum sauce. Let's give that a taste. What should I roll for that?
Well, I mean, you basically know how things are prepared based on your rolls already. He only had to roll for his because we hadn't cooked it yet.
So we've got rabbit with plum sauce,
Yep.
fish with parsley and wild garlic. We've got a salad of dandelion greens with strawberries, served as berries, diced wood sorrel root, and a strawberry juice and honey drizzle. We have boiled mashed parsnip. And then for a dessert, we have diced mashed strawberries and cherries with honey. Is there anything else we need to do?
Here, I'm writing the things down. I missed the one that was after the fish with parsley and garlic and before diced wood sorrel.
Okay, hang on just a second. Let me throw this all into right here.
Perfect. Okay, let's see. Dandelion greens. Okay, cool.
All right. Well, we got how long left? Minute and a half. Minute and a half for you guys to do any last second prep you have, and then you're going to present your dishes. I will present the student dishes first, and then we will go from there. Whenever you guys are ready, or when the minute you have left runs out.
I'm ready when you guys are.
I think we're as ready as we're gonna get. Yeah.
And the swordsman, do you want to come up with any reason you were out?
Ignore that.
You were not cleaning those statues.
Yeah.
He's doing even more statue cleaning. He still had his soap and water. He wanted to clean the statues off that he wanted to clean, so he's just been walking around cleaning statues. And eventually he found the party here, and now he's just been like doing the thing that children do when they have nothing to do. And so he's been walking along the
Oh no.
He's been walking around along the railings.
Yep.
I'll be right back. I don't have anything to add, but
All right. Well, let's return. And let me get to the GM layer where I hit everybody. There we go. Let's go change to a different music piece. Let's turn this on. Yep. All right. Nope. Don't like any of this. I think that'll work. That's fine. All right. So, oh my God, I have to split these into groups. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that seems fine. So we got 3 other groups. The first group goes to present their dish with Emma going up to the front of the class. Let me go and pull this here. She says, our dish is a cherry blossom venison stew, a soul-warming delight. I present a dish that sings with the spirit of cherry blossom forest, a velvety, slow-simmered venison stew kissed with wild mushrooms and floral magic. The tender sika deer melts in your mouth, bathed in a broth infused with the sweetness of pickled cherry blossoms and the earthiness of burdock root. Each bite is a celebration of the wilderness, grounded yet elegant, a dish fit for royalty and seasoned adventurers alike. You will note the deep, slow-cook richness with balanced floral notes, the layered textures, the silky broth, hearty venison, and aromatic greens, and its rustic elegance, a comfort food with a wild twist. And she presents it to Ufri, who tastes it, writes something down in a notebook, and she goes to sit back with her group. Although I'm gonna, for purposes of keeping track of things, she's actually gonna go. Oh God, I'm not even. There we go. We're gonna put her up in the top just so we remember where whose dishes goes with who. All right, the second group, and Liz stands up to present. And she says, this is the Forest Forager's Tart. A sweet, it's tangy and exquisitely wild. Imagine stepping into a woodland glade at dawn, the air thick with the scent of ripe berries and morning dew. That feeling captured perfectly in our Forest Forager's Tart. A crisp acorn flour crust cradles a medley of mulberries, wild strawberries, and service berries, each bursting with sun-kissed sweetness. The touch of wood sorrel brings a citrusy contrast, and fresh wild mint lifts the entire experience to new heights. It's nature's bounty in every bite, an untamed celebration of the land. With vibrant foraged flavors, crisp yet delicate crust, and an enchanted forest vibe. And for the final dish, Prissa comes up to present her Hearthside Hunter's Potage, a bold, earthy indulgence. This is the kind of meal that brings people together after a long trek through the wilderness. A deep, savory stew rich with the smoky, there's a lot of fucking S's in this description, essence of wild mushrooms, hearty venison, and elderberries, lending an unexpected touch of sweetness. The broth, slow simmered with fragrant herbs and buckthorn berries, has a complexity that lingers, making every bite feel like a fireside embrace, a dish full of tradition, meant to nourish both body and soul, robust and smoky, unexpectedly sweet, and comforting and hearty. Alright, and who is going to present for you guys?
I shall. I am going to incorporate flair. I'm going to lean into my persuasion. But she's going to walk up with the plate and say, so to set the stage, I have lived in seclusion with the great philosopher Harolk himself. And by extension of that, I've lived off the land. And I can say, up until this point, I've never had something quite as extravagant as this to present to you. And as she says that, she takes her hand out from underneath the dish, leaving behind a mage hand holding it up. And she starts to kind of like circle around it, pointing at various aspects of the dish. To start, we have a rabbit with plum sauce. Rabbit is known for its delicate and slightly gamey flavor, but then you have the plum sauce, and it cuts through it with a nice, it's a beautiful sweetness balanced with a tangy acidity. Following up with that, you have fish with parsley and wild garlic, a much more savory and wholesome dish to follow such a plum sauce with. Following that, you have a salad of dandelion greens, strawberries, and strawberry juice, honey drizzle, and diced wood sorrel roots. This is a wonderful break from the very savory proteins, and it adds a certain freshness to the dish that really helps you appreciate the scenery you are eating it in. After all, part of survival is morale. Following up with that, you have a boiled mashed parsnip. Very delicious. It's a nice side. And once you are finished with that, if you even have room, we have a diced mashed strawberries and cherries with honey, and you can chase that with our beverage here, cherry and honey tea.
All right, and roll performance plus your modifier.
Well, can I get persuasion on that since it's more spoken?
Sure.
All right.
And then also add your meal bonus to that.
Oh, what's the meal bonus total?
It is +6.
+6?
I thought it was 7, but
You're right. It's 7. Sorry, I forgot to add the 1 from the last one.
Got it. 1 second here. Okay, so I have that ability with +7. All right, I'm gonna do a normal roll. I'll just add the 7 after the fact.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so real quick, I rolled a 4. I have an ability, since it's less than 10, it becomes 10.
Okay.
So I rolled a 10 plus 7, that's 17, and it was +6 for the...
Another 7,
plus
24.
another 7, 24.
All right. So she takes it, tastes it, and then you obviously go back to your group. Says, class, I'm ready to announce the results. In last place, and the only failure of the groups, was Prissa's group. Let me go grab my thing here. 1 second. Go ahead, Hex.
No, Hex's phrases, I were like curiously like, what the hell?
Because as their dish was the only dish that would in fact poison you. Buckthorn berries, though appearing rich and inviting, contain anthraquinone compounds which act as strong laxatives. While small amounts might go unnoticed, consuming a stew infused with ripe buckthorn berries could lead to severe gastrointestinal distress. The elderberries also.
Earlier that they're.
Go ahead.
I didn't mention that earlier.
You did. The elderberries also contribute a minor risk as they were used raw, as they contain cyanogenic glycosides, which can cause mild discomfort unless properly cooked. However, the real trouble comes from the buckthorn's potency, transforming a comforting fireside meal into an unfortunate endurance test. Had those berries been swapped for service berries or another tart yet safe alternative, the dish would have remained a bold, nourishing choice. Instead, it becomes an accident waiting to happen.
Oh, better
Ouch.
In your pants.
And then, 1 second. In second place, come on, we have the cherry blossom venison stew. The silky broth and the balanced floral notes really helped elevate it above the non-edible choices below it.
Rude.
So that would be third. So in second, we have the Forest Forager's Tart with its herbal balance and a sweet nutty depth. Certainly delighted, but fell short of the decadent feast and complexity of multiple dishes of who led you? Cindy's team. Who will take home first prize? Did I say what that prize was? I'm pretty sure I did.
Magic.
It was enchanted cooking utensils.
Cooking utensils. That's what I
Yes.
thought. And we'll take home the magic cooking utensils. And 2 class points for everyone.
Hooray.
Since I technically didn't do anything.
That's what you make your call on that.
The surgeon was gonna offer to taste dishes since he wasn't part of any group and he just showed up randomly. I was like, I'll be back. And then comes back and gives his
Swordsman
Just like
would have been
any group
having some
project.
issues if he.
Says he'll help, shows up at the end just to present.
Always one.
knows absolutely nothing, still aces the presentation.
You raised your hand. Who were you trying to?
He was going to ask if he could taste the dishes since he technically wasn't part of any group.
Oh yeah, I missed that.
and
Sorry.
just showed up because he was cleaning the area.
Well,
because he didn't have anything to do.
it's maybe a good thing you didn't taste the dishes given the
True,
results of the
true.
first one.
Yeah,
Because Ufri just like cleansed herself right after.
So do we each get a set of the
Yes.
magical utensils?
Yes. Yep. Each of you get one.
How are they enchanted? Like,
They're silver and they sparkle extra special in the light. And they're just +1 to cooking rolls.
oh, okay.
And you said we each get a set?
Yes.
I will add those to my tools.
Cannot wait
How
to
do
go
I-
to town and sell them.
How do I add that to my?
You you can create it as like a
inventory?
attack. Yeah, go ahead.
I would go to your inventory and I would add it as an item. And then, let me check something real quick here, because I'm not sure how you can edit it, but you should. Let me check my tool proficiencies here.
Tusk is holding the utensils and he's looking at them, and you can see the
If-
gears turning in his head. So he like just puts them in his pack.
I have a feeling those aren't going to be Kellis tools for very long.
If you go to proficiencies and custom skills, if you hover over your cooking utensils and you hit the little cog wheel, there should be a slot under that that says mods. Then you can just make that a +1, I think. Let me check that. And then let's see, let's make it charisma for his dice set. This is a test roll for the dice set. Yeah, see, +6. And normally that would just be a +5. So yeah, you should just be able to make it a +1 for your cooking utensils.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
I came back at the perfect time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What's up, Frost?
Fancy.
And go ahead. You guys return back to your room.
Oh yeah, because we have time for another class today.
Well, I mean, you have lots of time to do other things, but this is your intermediary. Like, we're gonna say everyone got back together so you can discuss what to do.
We're gonna go to lunch. Are we gonna go to another class? Are we gonna play hooky and go try to find out who's kidnapping kids?
Well, I'm at least gonna go to Artificer class, and Hex is gonna pat Sizzle and be like, I got a new pet project show.
Well, that's fair. You
What's
actually
your
have something to
name?
show off.
What?
What is your raptor's name?
Her name is Sizzle.
Sizzle.
Like the bacon he blew up on the first day.
No, more
Not
like
anymore.
sizzling of the metal as he dipped it in the oil to cool it.
So I have 1 vote for Artificer's class. Don't forget, you also probably need a
examining
meal.
Sizzle,
but yeah.
kind of seeing if there are any switches he could flip or any
Self-destruct buttons.
Yeah, he's just like,
Roll perception.
oh, okay.
You see nothing of visible like switches on the exterior.
Oh, okay. He's like touching like little tugging on little things and just being a child about this
If you
thing.
tug on what would be like her ribs, basically, she would turn and like kind of hiss at you a little bit. Like, don't do that.
Oh, this would be very small. He wouldn't be like pulling on her. Like, it would be, he's not trying to break it. He's just trying to see how sturdy everything is.
Pull the tail.
Yeah, it still would like agitate her slightly. She wouldn't be like hissing like a cat loud, but it'd be like a small hiss of like, be careful what you're doing.
The swordsman says, "Spirit, we are home."
You don't know
wanna try to
response.
communicate with him again?
I am just telling her that we are home again. Announcing our presence is rude not to, if you have someone here. Unless you are trying to hurt them or intimidate them, then I suppose it is.
Are the numbers on the outside of the door?
Yes, they're still on there.
Ah, freaking lost. No.
What are they written in?
They're just written in charcoal.
I want to investigate that.
Yep.
I want to see if I can figure out anything about that.
Roll history. You vaguely recall them belonging to a fictional novel that one of your the fuck what is a rabbit's kids called? Like what are there's a it's not a clutch. It's not a it's a burrow kit?
Kittens, yeah.
Kittens? A kit?
Kits.
No, they're not kitten. I think it's just kit.
Kits. Okay, one of the siblings in your kit was obsessed with.
Huh.
Actually, it looks like both are right. Kittens and kits, I guess. So kits it is.
Mm-hmm.
What do we suggest now? We could go to lunch. There are more classes.
I mean, we do have a lunch break before the next classes start.
Could do that.
Next one's
I wouldn't
goes
mind checking
Artifice.
out.
I
wouldn't mind
lunch goes-
checking out Artifice because I want to see what it is.
I actually kind of want to see Hex's presentation.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
And I'm never opposed to learning more about any kind of technology.
How was your night, Kellisk?
It was very good. We talked about a lot of things, and I think we're probably going to talk some more.
And he holds the enchanted utensils close to his chest, like he's can't think of the word. Reflexively, he's not thinking about it.
Ah, mine was strange.
Strange? Strange how?
Oops, on the caps lock. Sorry.
It was odd. I went to a dinner, as I said, at the Cherry Blossoms, and I don't know how to describe it. The person who I ate with was very odd.
In what way?
Huh.
He was looking at me strangely. He asked questions. He was awfully nice. Wanted to talk about protecting me. I don't understand.
Did you? Is this the first time you've really sat with this person?
He's in the Anti-Demon Ogrim Club, so I have met with him and spoken with him, but I do not know why this could not have just been something he told me during or after a club meeting. It was very strange.
Where is he on the list of people I gave you, by the way?
Skurx, yes.
Where is he on the list? In the order?
In the notice board, he is, I think, that's the student note. I don't need that. I need the notice board. I think he is number 4.
Okay, so we've been the 4th person to join.
He is just... It was odd.
Like, what did he say to you that was so weird? I mean, we're all pretty odd.
He noticed my golden glow and that he wanted to be something like best friends. I don't...
He
Oh, it sounds
noticed
like
your
he's looking
glow.
for a more deeper personal connection with you.
Yeah, it sounds like he's into you.
Into me? I don't follow.
Attracted to you.
Much like how Kofu is with Kalisk.
What? No, we're friends. We're just friends.
Kellis, are you magnetic?
Am I what?
Magnetic. They said that he is attracted to me, but I am not magnetic.
I am not.
Out of character, god damn it!
I don't.
Oh.
I don't know what that word is.
No, attracted to you in the sense of they,
Remember how I teased
sounds
you
like
about
they're
how they wanted to
romantically
sleep with
interested in
you?
What? I don't know who's talking to who now.
So do you go first? I'll hit him with
Alright.
the bat later.
Mr. the Swordsman. They, but when I say attracted, I mean it sounds like they might be romantically interested in you.
His stance portrays complete confusion.
Okay, so remember when I said that Kofu might want to kiss Kalisk?
What? No, that's not even a.
That's kind of
thing.
the same vibe I'm getting.
Your brain is going in places.
Okay, let me ask you this.
He walks out the door.
He protests after he didn't come back from Kofu's house last night.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Alright, Hex is gonna turn to the rest of the group and go, how much do you all want to bet that he got winked at? I'm willing to bet 5 silver on it.
Oh, tempting. Tempting, but I'm on your side on this one.
I figured. Anyone want to wage against that?
I think a third of this group is nearly in active relationships and is completely unaware of it.
Probably more at this point.
I don't know. I've only spoken to y'all, so I can't really.
Out of the information that we have right now, but yeah, I can't control. Whatever. He's not the most socially adequate.
Who are you speaking of?
Kalisk.
Ah.
He probably is not catching the more subtle cues of conversations. But he's not the worst.
Who is the worst?
Hex just kind of like shuffles on his feet a little bit.
I think that would be you, swordsman.
What makes you say that?
Well, the fact that I had to explain what I meant by attraction is one hint. You know, and it's okay because, for example, you look like you could rip my arm off and beat me with it, but I couldn't do that to you. Much in the same way, I'm very persuasive and able to pick up on those kinds of things, and maybe you are not as good at that.
Out of character, Swordsman is actually quite persuasive. Because he's a paladin and a hexblade.
In a different way.
Yeah.
It's fun. That's why I said picking up on the more subtle aspects of conversations.
Yeah, he's just.
Yeah, it's just not gonna be like, you dense motherfucker.
The swordsman
That helmet is the
doesn't do
densest.
subtle.
How is that helmet not the densest part of you? The character Hex is screaming that in his head.
The helmet is decorative, the skull is indestructible.
Should we go to lunch?
Yeah, I think that's where Kellisk ran off to, so we should probably follow him.
Yeah. Let's go.
Let's see, a few of you are heading to the artificer class. I'm interested in religion, if anyone else is.
Hex just points at the swordsman. That one is.
What are you?
What was that?
I'll just type it. I'm muting, sorry.
Sorry.
But let's go get food first, and then we can do our thing.
We'll probably hand wave lunch, but you guys can haul conversation. So we only got about an hour or so, we'll probably want to dedicate that to the 2 classes. Unless you prefer to go to lunch and then actually plan out, what you guys want to do with the carnival.
I don't know, Hex, do you have the presentation ready to go, or are you just gonna kind of make it up on the fly?
No, I have it pretty okay and ready to go. I mean, it's not going to be perfect, but I can make it work.
Yeah.
Are we going to bring back Kellisk from the Shadow Realm?
Oh yeah. Hi,
So
welcome back.
Lunch have been already done, or we did it off camera, I guess.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're just in the halls talking while I build what I need to build for this now.
You're muted, Violet.
I'm sorry. Who's going to? What are we doing? Who's going where? Doing what?
Is it Hex, Kellisk, and Zek are going to Artificer class, and then Swordsman and Cindy are going to Religion.
I'm not in either of those classes.
Well, you can be in any class you want.
Yeah, we did away with the enrollment, and it's just take whatever class you want, and as long as you have enough points by the end of the month, you succeed.
Yeah.
Just to enable everyone to go to what classes and kind of somewhat stick closer together.
Okay, well, I'll go to the Artificer class because I kind of want to see what Hex has to say about Sizzle.
All right, I'm setting up the classroom. So talk amongst yourselves as your characters.
But I'm glad you guys are interested. I have been working very hard on Sizzle. I think she is gonna do well, especially for as I continue to grow my skills and have potential plans of upgrades. This is just basically, I guess, the beta version? Prototype? Not sure what I'd call this.
Version 1.
Version 1 would be more if I was gonna put this out there for production. I don't feel right calling it that yet. And that's even if I do it. Because there's still some things that need to get finalized, I guess is the right way to put it. But before the presentation, is there anything you guys had questions about? I'll try to answer what I can before the presentation, but some stuff will be saved for it.
I got no questions about your thing, but I guess the one question is, when are you gonna stop trying to busting my tail over, this Kofu thing? I mean, just,
Well,
she's a
well,
friend.
let me ask you a question.
She asked me about myself. I asked her about herself. We know each other a little bit better now, and then we sat and we read a book.
But I have one question for you that
What?
you walked out on before I could ask it.
It's none of your business, Hex.
I just wanted to ask if she simply winked at you at any point.
I think so. Yeah, she winked at me. Why?
That just. Thank you for confirming my thoughts.
You're a weirdo. You're a weird nerd.
Points of winking.
Yes.
Winking can have a lot of subtle meanings behind it. I don't know what context it was winked at, but considering that those two were alone, and I believe you said she was making you dinner,
She's a gourmet chef. She wants to she only cooks for certain people, and she wanted me to try her food. Probably because I'm a kobold, and maybe I'm the first kobold she ever got to cook for. Did you ever think of that? Maybe if you had said hi to her, she would have invited you over, and you could have had some food.
Was the food good?
It was very good, yes.
See, nothing wrong with
You're
that.
awfully defensive about this, Kellis.
I am not defensive.
You kind of are.
No. Bye.
No. There he goes again.
He's not running very far. He tries. That way we can still hear him.
Yeah,
Callus, we can still see you, man.
I can't.
You're hiding under a curtain.
I can't get out. I can't get my character.
So
He's under the chat window.
Who wants to go to which class first at this point?
boss, if you hold control and scroll wheel your mouse or your scroll wheel downwards, it should zoom out and then you should be able to grab Callus. There you go.
The
All right,
person
so-
I was with cooked for me. Sorry, madam.
Oh, go ahead. I was just gonna say, who wants to go to which class first? Who wants to go first of the classes?
But see, Swordsman's friend cooked for him, and they were having a good time, and maybe he just likes to cook. Did you ever think of that? See, that's all.
I do not know if a good time is quite the right descriptor. It was.
Did you like the food?
It was okay. He spent a lot on the wine.
Oh yeah.
Hex's head
into you.
slowly turns.
He's so into you.
Wine?
Yes, it was a vintage. I remember.
Ellis just rolled a 20 on projection. Deflection, projection.
A very fine vintage, but an expensive one. 10 to 15 gold a bottle.
Holy cow, that's more than a month of tuition here.
I suppose he is from Mallow's Pass as well. He says he's of noble blood. I suppose he enjoys good wine.
Well, I mean, I guess more power to him. I mean, I know people who would break in and steal all of his wine if they knew he had it, so...
Are you one of those people, Kellusk?
No.
I did not think so.
No. That's not my style, really.
He also wished to come home with me for the holidays.
Cindy's like, what the fuck, dude?
Just.
Speaking of Kellusk, the holidays. Do you have anywhere to go, or would you like to come to my area?
Oh, I don't know when the holidays are. I don't know what you're talking about.
There is a winter holiday. That is when the school takes off for a while and students often go home. I'm returning to Mallow's Pass to my manor.
Oh, I thought I just stayed here for 4 years until they threw me out.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, if any of you would like, if you need somewhere to go, you can come with me.
Oh, these Harry Potter motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I ain't going home.
Turns out I'm Ron Weasley and I don't have any parents.
I mean, I'd like to see everything. It would be maybe we could maybe do that. I mean, feels like so early, but yeah, we can do that.
Just because it came up is all.
Oh, yeah.
I might have to take you up on that. I'm not able to return to where I came from.
I see.
Neither am I.
I really
Have you
appreciate the offer, but
Yet.
I understand, Violet. You have family, and that is admirable. I just hope I return to a clean manor and not one that the Golden Squires have left in disarray.
Well, they definitely had a house party.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna try to go back to my village, but I didn't think we were that close to holiday already. I guess this is just planning it out. So.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
you guys
just
are,
because it came up.
yeah, you guys are like technically in like mid-spring or early spring.
Mid-fall.
This is the weirdest school year ever, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. When did you arrive? Did I establish the season?
Like September. It was in the fall.
Oh no, then we're in the fall. We're fine.
like
We're
half-
fine.
We're halfway
We're
through
fine.
September.
Don't hold me to remembering things. Okay, you're in the fall. You're close to Christmas. You're close to Christmas. You're fine.
Yeah, a couple months.
When you were a child, when did you start school?
Shh. Don't bring logic into this. I have a tenuous grasp on what I tell you guys at best. That's why the notes matter. But hey, I have kept this shit together for 6 years somehow. All right. Who wants to go first? Which class?
I think.
Hex, let's roll initiative.
All right.
Me.
All right.
Big bucks, no whammies, Cindy.
I'm locked in.
Yay!
Yeah.
Oh.
And Callus does a backflip.
Yeah, I never.
All right, we will go to religion
Backflip.
first.
Kellis does a backflip as Kofu's wing plays in his head again.
Runs up. Hey, Hex, think about this, and then just does a backflip.
Like, puts him off as he backs up, all like.
Zach trips while backing out of Kellisk's way while he's trying to do his backflip.
Alright, so, yeah, I guess we can do religion first if we want to use the initiative roll as the source of truth.
If everybody's going to be showing off their acrobatic skills, I'm muted, aren't I?
No, but
I can hear you.
If everybody's showing off their acrobatic skills, Violet's going to demonstrate her rabbit hop and launch herself up and touch the fucking ceiling of the hall.
Yep. Acrobatics?
Rabbit hop, I can jump a number of feet equal to 5 times my proficiency bonus without provoking opportunity.
Then you're fine. Yeah, you just do that.
Yeah.
The real question is, does Cindy do the splits? I think she does the splits.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, so it's Cindy and Swordsman, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh. The Swordsman does the splits.
Yeah.
Imagine all the shoots around. I was like, what the fuck are they doing?
All right. All right.
Here's that group of people. Yeah, go ahead.
We're limbering up.
You gotta be limber for religion.
Do you like the lovely backing music?
Mm-hmm.
You guys walk into a religion classroom with Goji's favorite teacher, Kefamo. Go ahead and pull yourself in, Cindy, at the bottom.
Oh, yes.
Be careful with Kefamo. She could be a servant of the High Demon Elgrim.
Oh, yeah, I'll keep that in mind. No, I'm not this tall compared to you.
How tall is Cindy?
Let's see. I know she's on the taller side, but we're talking like probably 6 feet with her horns.
How tall are you, Swordsman?
He is 5'11".
Oh!
So I guess it was accurate.
Look at you!
Very average.
The problem is if we go with
identity more of a secret.
plus it's an average rough comparison because like if we were to do real size then like Glim would be like this big.
yeah, just for.
Let me see here. I'll get a double check on that measurement though, because now I'm wondering.
Alright. Yep. You guys walk into the classroom. Music is playing in the background magically from an unmanned organ. Kefamo stands on the podium, and students sit in the pews.
A very minor correction. She's actually 5'2". She is a little shorty.
5'2". Yeah, that's.
That's a slight difference.
Just a touch.
Just a little. I was just a little off.
There we go.
Yeah, that's more like.
Okay, what do you do?
Well, we gotta find a seat, don't we?
Mm-hmm. And you see Skorik look over and kind of motion at the seat next to him, Pat.
turns to Cindy. That is the person I was talking about.
Oh. Which one?
Skorik, which is this guy here, as he goes and sits down next to him.
It's good to see you again.
Who? Again?
I saved a seat for you. I know this is your favorite class.
It is a class.
It's horrible that they robbed you of that victory last time. Your ballad was far superior.
You know, Meta, I hadn't thought about that for a while. And you just bring that right freaking back.
He's praising you. He says it was the best and you were robbed.
Yes, I trust the judgment of the teacher, even though she might. And he leans in, she may be a servant of the High Demon Elgrim.
Why would you trust her?
That is fair. That is fair.
Maybe she knows. Maybe she knows. Actually, Cindy, roll perception to hear if you're able to eavesdrop on this.
Let's see here. Perception. Normal roll. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe Maybe she knows that you're looking to stop the High Demon Elgrim, and she doesn't want you to win in class, so it'll be harder for you to stop him.
That is a theory.
I think otherwise, how could anybody just deny the brilliance of your works? I was personally inspired all last night.
Was this before or after dinner?
After dinner.
You're gonna need a personal space bubble around this guy. That's out of character, but
Yeah, well, no, the reason
those are the vibes he's giving off.
out of character, the reason that he is written as so egregiously cringy is because the swordsman's absolutely not going to pick up on any of it.
Understood. We should. Class is about to start.
And it does. She begins to speak. And 1 second, let me go and find my notes here. Alright, class. Today we will be having an interesting class. It's important to learn about the tenets of religion, as you have been doing in the classes where I have been totally lecturing you, and it's not been crazy classes every single week. Out of character, Cindy. The reason that's funny is because every class is an exciting class because it's a D&D campaign, but in theory, there's classes that are normal.
There's just not episodes about those ones.
Exactly. So today we will be putting that knowledge to the test. You will be... There's 2 of you, so... You will be splitting into 2 groups. And you will be debating one of potentially 4 different dilemmas. You will be able to debate divine intervention versus free will. The ethics of resurrection. Faith-based magic, a gift or a test. Or the morality of holy wars. Now, as a class, you decide which one of these 4 you would like to choose, and then I will tell you more about your choice. So let
Is
you
it
guys
groups of 2 or 2 total groups?
2 total groups.
Because I was gonna say, if it's groups of 2, I don't know if Swords is gonna be able to look at Cindy quick enough. Before it's like, let's be in a group. Okay.
Skorik obviously wants to be on your team.
Perhaps we just actually wait. No, there are 5 people on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so 1 person from our side has to go to the other side of the. Boom. Group's made.
All right. So, because it doesn't really matter to me, which between the 2 of you decide which of those topics you prefer.
So it's 1 of the 4, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so... Sorry, I'm tired, so if I forget something, that's probably why. It's faith-based religion, gift or test, ethics of holy war, divine intervention versus free will, and the ethics of resurrection. Which would you like to choose, Cindy?
Perhaps faith-based magic?
I see.
At least that's the one that... Because I feel like to really truly debate something, you have to kind of have... It's easier to have a stance on it than have to feel like you need to take a stance. And I do believe that faith-based magic is more a test than a gift.
I understand. You believe that clerics are being tested by their chosen patrons as opposed to being gifted these?
Yes.
Skurik, and what is your name?
John.
Rarity.
Yeah.
He does look like he would be named Rarity.
I mean, he's got her cutie mark on his shoulder.
He does. He does.
What's funny is he was a purchase as part of a pack from Roll20.
So it's a dirty whore.
Yes, he was cheap. He was cheap. That was part of the requirements.
John, Skurik, what do you think?
I'm partial to divine intervention versus free will, but of course, whatever you think is best, swordsman.
I agree with Cindy. It is best to have a stance on something, and Cindy is here because she is a debater, correct?
Oh, yes, a philosopher, debater.
A catch-all.
And John
That would
says,
be accurate.
I think we should go with whatever.
That is a very useful opinion.
Exactly. So, with the decision being faith-based magic, a gift or a test, Kafmo will tell you the more specifics. The debate is, do divine powers granted to followers reflect true devotion, or are they merely tools to shape behavior? Some of the things you might consider: 4 gifts, power being a sign of favor, rewarding true believers. Or against it, if faith must be demonstrated to receive magic, does that mean belief is transactional rather than sincere? We will let you guys split into groups. Which side would you guys like to take?
A test. We believe that it is a test.
All right. And you will be given theoretical amount of time that matters to discuss amongst yourselves, and then we will have the debate, which will be the time where we flip over to the other group and let you guys talk in the game chat about how you guys want to, prepare your arguments, blah, blah, blah. Don't worry about, spoiling your arguments against me being the NPCs. I'm not going to read any of it, and even if I did, I'd forget it by the time I got back to you. That's one of the benefits of this campaign. At least that's how I pitch it. If you have a secret backstory thing that had to get approved, but you don't want the DM to know about, by now, I probably don't if you haven't brought it up. All right. I will flip over.
Hello, better.
Hello.
Yep, I heard something.
Hello.
Oh, nobody got kicked out.
Yay.
That's really the best
Yeah.
thing I can do. Hey, now we just need music.
My dog is announcing his presence to the entire neighborhood right now, so
Oh my.
Good.
I'm with you, but I may not be on screen.
Well, at least the noise cancellation's echoing him out, so.
Yeah, no.
Mhm.
Man, I had a perfect opportunity to say, I'm not being defensive, you're being defensive. But I didn't get to do it. Didn't think of it quick enough.
Pagrape!
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and put yourselves on.
What are you barking at? Come here.
Wow, it's like I go immediately to my seat. Good pull.
No, I was trying to see where I didn't have the damn map zoomed out.
No, I know. No, I was just joking. 1, 2, 3. We're missing someone. Zach has not pulled. There you are. Oh, we're missing the fucking raptor.
Yeah, I'm getting them. Though I may have
You
a
guys
better
didn't
picture
do
for
that,
you
did you?
soon
Yeah.
to replace.
Okay.
As long as it looks,
I think
as long as it looks obviously mechanical, we're good.
Oh, yes. I'll send you concepts.
Yeah, that's the only reason we didn't use the other one that you sent, because it looked like a flesh.
No, that's why I didn't
Yeah.
want to use it. I was just like,
Yeah.
this is.
All right.
But even then, it won't replace that concept picture of it for a while, in canon-wise.
Okay. Sorry, I've got a lot of things processing with multiple sides we can do. So you arrive at the classroom. You have some students seated there with Pigrepe at the front, waiting for everyone to be seated. He does take a look at the raptor and looks at you and gives you a small approving nod.
Hex smiles and gently nods back in appreciation.
All right.
Now, let me scoot over so Kellis can sit down.
I was about to icily nudge you. Like, can you move over a little bit? You're kind of all over me.
So Pigrepe coughs. There's his throat. Class, that's today we will be. 1 second. There we go. Look at my things. We will be working with arcane circuits and constructs. It seems that some of you might be more familiar than others with the concept already. Looks at Hex.
Hex just beams brightly, like, whenever you want me to go up.
So, did I discuss this with you prior?
About this class and presentation?
Yes.
No.
Then you gotta butt your way in.
That's fine. So Hex will get up and he will walk to the class, or up to the front, with Sizzle shortly following him. And he'll look at Pigrepe and go, may I stand on your desk? It's kind of hard for me to present from the floor.
No, I have a lot of delicate instruments on my desk.
Do you have a box?
Just present in front of the desk, whatever. Just make it quick.
Hex, like, doesn't grumble audibly, but he's a little annoyed that he can't do, like, a little bit of showmanship.
I mean, to be fair, if you tried to go and tell a random college professor that you wanted to take over their class,
it wasn't like he was gonna take it over. It was part of the, like, actual class. Like, hey, like, this is what I've been working on for the class.
yeah,
to
I'm
get
going with
graded.
teacher. Given the general temperament of the staff, I'm gonna go with he's more irritated than impressed at this point. He was impressed originally. I was a little
That's
bit more
fine.
irritated than impressed.
Hex wasn't gonna, like, take over the class.
Oh no, it's fine. I'm just letting you know out of character why he's being who he is in character.
That's fine. But Hex will go to the front of the table. Sizzle will stand, like, kind of in front of him and down at least a couple steps so he's not, like, hidden behind her as much. And Hex will carefully, like, roll his shoulders, adjust himself accordingly, and go, ladies, gentlemen, astonished teachers of the class, I'd like to present to you my pet project, Sizzle. And at that, Sizzle will, like, do, like, a little roar that sounds very much mechanical.
All the class is kind of looking on and are impressed. The Pigrepe, I don't know if you look back or not.
Oh yeah, he'll absolutely look.
Oh, he
back,
rolls his
'cause
eyes.
He's doing the presenter bit where he's looking around, but also like looking behind him and like kind of turning as well to be like, I'm gonna give you my attention as well.
He rolls his eyes.
Hex doesn't.
Nick today.
Hex does not let that bother him.
Well, like I said, to be fair, in his mind, he had a class planned out. Like,
Hex wasn't gonna take up the entire class. He just
no,
wanted to show.
no. But you're interrupting somebody who thinks they're better than you.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like this is. I mean,
Yeah.
he's not an he's not like an asshole, but he's definitely stuck up. He thinks he's better than the school. Out of character.
That's fine.
Like Pigrepe's
Hex-
kind of snooty.
Yeah. Then Hex will continue. This has been the culmination of the past week or so, working tirelessly through concept planning, building, melting metal, forging the metal, doing every little step I can, fine-tuning each mechanical gear that resides within her, and to bring back one incredible example of a prototype of my design. She is by my greatest creation in a long shot. I have been blessed with the ability to craft her, and also a lightning strike that may or may not have helped bring her to life. This is no ordinary construct. She is powered by magic, powered by the will of which I have put into her, and even the dwarves would be impressed with this mechanical construct at such a beginner's skill of which I began. Now you may ask, what all can she do? And that is very much valid. As a prototype, she is only with the bare basics of which I can fit into her and allow her to work precisely as I would like her to have the agility of which I would like her to have, and the ability to function as I desire. There are plans, but she is primarily defensive, and on the off chance, offensive. She will follow my beck and commands. She is, and he like reaches up to like pet her head. She is quite literally a mechanical pet. One that you do not wish to have ever leave your side, and one that you will grow fondly to, as I have grown very fond of her while building her.
In the back, you hear, "Are you selling one?"
At this time, no. I am considering potentials of selling it once I refine the process of building and also including additional features. This is merely a prototype.
Could you make it more deadly?
Funny you should ask that. And Hex will look at Sizzle and then go, stay. And he'll go to he'll run his hand down her form. But as he taps the tail falls off. And with a loud clank, it falls to the floor. And he goes, this is, again, a prototype. But you see him put his hand into the tail. And again, this is nowhere near complete. As it suddenly starts to, you hear a bunch of grinding gears as the tail shifts and becomes a gauntlet on his arm. This is just a prototype of what I wish to continue with her. And he holds his hand up, like flexing how he can seamlessly move his hand about with her.
Mm-hmm.
This is just
That man's wearing his pet.
kind of. It's kind of going that way.
All right.
But he's just kind of showing off and going, this is again mere prototypes of potential behind her.
All right. As a result of that speech, just so we kind of move things along where we can, because we got limited time to finish 2 classes, Asir will give you a card for contact information, as because he's interested in commissioning a more autonomously offensive version.
Which one is Asir?
How do you spell their name first off?
ESYR.
And which one is that?
The one in the bottom left.
Can you send me their picture in Discord so I can add it to my OneNote?
It's right. They're right there in the. If you just screenshot them right there.
This dude.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
Delisk, like, laser locks his vision on Asir. Like, he's giving him the stink eye.
He just continues staring at the front of the class. All right.
And at the end of the presentation, at the end of like his speech, Hex will go, if there are any further questions or if you would like a demonstration, please keep an eye on the bulletin board for further details. And we'll just leave it at that.
All right.
And thanks everybody for their time, and turns back to Pegrepe and like nods politely and says, I would not have gotten this far without your teachings. So I thank you.
Yes.
He is going to give credit to the teacher, even if he's a kind of an asshole.
Well, you were kind of rude to him, but yeah. Okay, just.
Yeah, probably should have cleared that with him first.
Yeah. I even checked to make sure I wasn't forgetting you clearing this with me first.
I told you that he was gonna I told you
no,
the next
no.
time the class was gonna happen.
Yeah, but you didn't. You cleared it with me, which is fine. You didn't clear it with him, which colors his reaction.
Yeah, a little bit, but again, he would do that. To be honest, out of character, this teacher would do the same thing if he was in my shoes.
I mean, probably when he was a kid, he probably would have, because he was an arrogant. But you know, he's also old now, and he thinks he's better than you.
He's trying to purposely be arrogant. He's just excited.
So he walks around and gives you guys all a arcane circuit board. Each component is he'll say each component of these boards is confused with magical properties. Your challenge is to restore the circuit to activate an ancient artifact. A small hovering automation that displays a hidden message. But there's a catch. The components interact in unpredictable ways, requiring careful reasoning and a keen understanding of magical conductivity. And then he's going to say you have 5 physical components. You have a rune-inscribed copper plate, which conducts energy but disrupts delicate enchantments if overcharged. Mana-infused crystal nodes, and this part of it I'll paste for you at least. Store power but can short circuit if adjacent to unstable elements. Etheric relay coils transfer energy across gaps but weaken over distances. A golem core capacitor, which must receive precise mana flow or it overloads. And a Voldstone insulation piece, which block energy but are needed to stabilize fluctuations. The components must be arranged in the correct sequence and orientation to complete the circuit. Certain pieces interact with others in unexpected ways. If incorrectly assembled, you could have a minor malfunction, an energy overload, or an unstable resonance. Each rune-inscribed copper plate must connect to at least one relay coil, but not directly next to a mana-infused crystal. One second, I'm going to try and copy this part. Void stone installation must touch the golem core capacitor to prevent an overload. Mana-infused crystals must be arranged symmetrically, or else energy flow becomes erratic. And the final relay must link to the automaton's interface to display the message. Once the correct configuration is established, The automaton will hover, projecting the ancient glyph, a sequence of sigils that must be translated to unlock the final knowledge test. You guys got that?
Tex will raise his hand and go, how long do we have to work on this?
About 25 minutes.
Okay.
I'm
Tex is
guessing.
definitely like a little concerned.
And let me go and pull something up here.
So how many of these do we have? Do we only have the 5 parts, or do we have like unlimited number of the 5 parts to try to connect things?
Repeat that.
Do we just
How many-
have the 5 parts, and we have to figure out the order they go in?
You can have multiples of the parts, but you have those 5 parts available to you.
Okay.
Are we working in teams or are these individual?
We're just gonna
assignments?
go with it breaks out into you guys as a team versus other groups as the same size teams.
Okay.
Okay.
You know, convenience. All right. So let me flip to the other group and you guys can discuss your strategy in chat.
Yeah, go wing boy. There's all kinds of room for you now.
All right, back to your guys' class.
Hola, Meadow.
Hello.
I feel there was one important thing to add. During that time, the swordsman did place his hand on Cindy's shoulder.
Okay. Skolrick would have looked at Cindy with a withering gaze.
Would Cindy have noticed this gaze?
Perception?
Gladly.
Yeah.
She would just kind of shoot a gaze back that's just like, what?
And he just kind of indicates the swordsman, who's probably oblivious to all of this back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what? She has message. So she will cast message and just kind of.
One second. Well,
Okay.
we're gonna go and deafen somebody.
Deafened.
Yep, he can
yes,
talk, but he
yes.
can't hear now. So go ahead.
Okay. She is going to almost ventriloquist-like just kind of mouth the words, and he will hear
Yeah.
what she's saying. Don't worry, I'm just here to make friends.
And he gives you a thumbs up.
He can do a
Oh.
response.
He
with
says, "Put in a
message."
good word for me."
All right, and she
Yep.
would have to cast it again to get another response, but
Welcome back, Goji.
That's probably not important at all.
No. All right. So are you ready?
yes.
Yeah, it's supposed to.
All right. So you have, I believe that's Brad. Let me double check.
Looks like
The
a Brad.
breadster.
That is Brad.
Does he introduce himself as the breadster?
He
Looks like
does.
the kind of guy that would. Yeah.
He looks like he would.
I'm gonna have to
He's wearing a baseball
open his
cap in
character
church.
sheet real quick,
Yeah.
and we're gonna go Brad, the Bradster, and
I don't
yeah.
want to call it shout. These guys are everywhere.
Hey, I got the token packs I got, and you all and everybody knows that NPCs' personalities are determined by their tokens. The Bradster. debating on the side of it being a gift. Right? That's right. I'm not wrong, right? Okay.
Yes, we are arguing that it is a more transactional relationship.
You can do this, Cindy. I believe in you. And he gives 2 thumbs up.
All right.
Yeah, sure.
Cindy, you can begin. Cindy, you can begin first.
Okay, well. Let me take a second here. Well, first she's going to go up and offer a firm handshake to Brad.
Yo, good debate. Let's go.
I really hope that this is an opportunity for both of us to expand our understandings on this matter.
I'm always
And-
learning, dog.
She is going to offer him a silver piece and say, "Here, a gift from me. This is the first time I've ever gone up against another student on my own."
Dude, I can get beer with this.
All right. Well, you hold on to that. And she says, or she turns and faces the class. "I believe that the relationship between gods, demigods, even demons and devils is transactional when dealing with mortals. This is the stance I'm taking on this matter. This is the stance I will defend. These beings have a view of the world, even the threads of fate, that we couldn't even begin to grasp. It's just what comes with being immortal and all-powerful. But they need our help to enact this will. So the faith that we have is our belief in their ability to bring those plans and intents to fruition. We're granted power to act as the vessel of the gods' will, but being that we are separate beings, the deities have to have faith in us as well. Given the investment required, it only makes sense that one given the power of greater beings would be tested or even audited to see that they are capable of exerting the will of the divine, holy or unholy. And if it is found that they are unable to perform the duties they were initially selected for, very often they lose these powers. They lose this ability given to them by the divine, or they are at least not given any more." And she will kind of lean back as she has put forth her initial points.
Yeah, those are good points. Yeah, but you said that the gods don't do anything; they just have us do them. But if you remember, dog, in the story of the Crystal Chronicles, Flit appeared to adventurers. Now, granted, those adventurers didn't do shit, dog. But he did take active work on the, and he kind of looks back over to like his, and they're kind of like doing like this. The world, yeah.
Do you have more examples?
He looks over. They just kind of look back at him. They don't. No. And
So that
go ahead.
so that is a one-time case, not a repeated event.
Correct, dog. But it could happen again. Like Doro. Doro wasn't a god and then he was a god. How do you explain that?
Honestly, this class would probably be more suited for my other character.
That's true.
Because that line seemed a little more Vinny than Swordsman, but
That's
there are times where I gotta help out.
We'll give that. Go ahead.
that is a excellent point. Or did he still have more?
No. I was just gonna declare you guys got the point for that argument.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
and then he's going to present his but would not assigning special privileges, they're not taking from people who go against them, they're just giving them gifts because they like them. Swordsman. It's a direct
That's out of
sign.
character.
Yeah.
We actually literally addressed that.
Yeah, maybe I'll go with a different point. I got a lot to keep up.
No, it's fine. It's fine. He wouldn't. No, we did not active, but we have an address for that.
Oh, then we're perfect. We're
Because
perfect.
there's evidence that that is not the case.
Then we're perfect. We're perfect. Okay. So, because when it's a gift because they didn't have it before, and they just don't give more or they take it back because they're bad. Just like you take back gifts from your child. Like, they're gifts still, but sometimes you gotta guide them to the best lives they can have. Doesn't mean that your children's presents are any less gifts, or do you view every gift to your child as an obligation? You use the tools available to you, and what is not human, whatever the word you would use for sentient beings.
What is mortal life?
Mortal lives, but greed, dog. We all want something in the end. So how do you teach somebody who just wants things? By taking things away. But when you've provided everything they have, everything could be seen like an obligation, but it's not. It's guiding your flock. You don't take away your sheep's freedom. You save them from the wolves in the woods. All right. That's your guys' rebuttal.
You see, and that is a very interesting point.
We should have
Now-
actually just let the rest of the party just judge these, but that would have been better. Continue.
I had given you this coin at the beginning, and I would not be able to take it away from you, for it was a gift. A gift given freely should not be able to be taken away, otherwise that is inherently transactional. It is utilizing an imbalance of power. For your previous example of Flit, that was the god, right? Out of
Yeah.
character.
God of chaos.
Flit is a god of chaos. They embody chaos. So by granting someone power for doing absolutely nothing, they expect a return on their investment because they expect the chaos that comes from it to be very entertaining. And when, let's say an acolyte shows promise, a god may take a risk and grant them more power, and that acolyte's reaction or what they do with this power would show the god if their investment will pay off or not. If it does not seem like it would, in other words, the acolyte is failing to obey the tenets of faith put forth by the god, that god would reduce or revoke the power. And yes, they would be doing this to correct their course. I completely agree with you there. But I don't see how you can't see that as transactional in nature. It is, in my eyes, it is the same as cutting someone off from a job, no longer allowing them to wear the uniform of that company, for they no longer represent the ideals. You have to play by the god's rules, and inherently that is not a gift. A gift is something that can be given for no reason and ideally not taken away.
I'm going to say, because he has no real rebuttal for large swaths of that, the Caveman will award you guys the point, and given the time, we're going to go with 2 points is enough to win of 3.
All right.
You guys will get a buff that's permanent. So I don't know how the fuck you're going to record that, but for charisma checks that are like in like talking, like social charisma checks, not like a charisma check for a spell, if that makes sense. So like your persuasions, your
Intimidation,
yes,
stuff like that.
That somehow utilize a religious component, get +1.
God, I don't. Okay. That's just gonna have to be added in your features and traits
Yeah, here
to be
we-
forgotten about.
Until you use it against me in the best worst possible situation. That's usually what happens anyways.
There we go.
What a good time for a bell. I'm not sure where that came from, but that works. All right. Let me go back to the other group. Well,
Oh no, the bells are here.
the bells. The bells. All right, and I'm gonna finish up their class real quick, and then we'll bring everybody back. Check, I'm back.
Could you put her over with us and move the
What's up?
Or, I'm just asking Meta if he could move Violet over to us and move the person who's not in our group out of the group. There we go.
There we
Three
go.
groups of 4, it looks like.
Yep.
Yeah. 2 scoops of raisins.
Here, a scoop of raisins.
All right. So what do you guys have? What would you like to test? What would you like to do?
I had a couple of questions, I guess, about interactions. Does
Mhm.
the Void Stone block energy entirely, or is it just lower the amount of energy?
Blocks it entirely.
Okay. So, when it says that we need to have the Void Stone touching the Golem Core, that means it can't be between where the energy is coming in and the Golem Core,
Mm-hmm.
right? Okay.
Is there like an actual puzzle that you want us to solve, or are we just gonna try to describe this?
You're trying to
'Cause-
put this together so it works and doesn't blow up. There's an
Yeah,
actual
but I'm
solution.
But I'm asking, like, how are we trying to solve? Are we just describing to you how we're trying
Yeah.
to solve it?
Yeah, you
'Cause
just-
for this.
Well, you could. I mean, you could draw it if you wanted on screen. If
No,
you,
I just didn't know if you actually had like a physical component like whipped up or something.
no, I don't have that.
Because this is good. This would, for me, this would take a little bit longer than like probably the 10 minutes that we have.
Give me one
You've
second.
already completed one step, basically.
Kalisk is balancing one of the crystals on his finger to see if it falls, how long he can hold it.
Do we have a limited, like, do we have a limited number of each meta, or
No. Unlimited
Okay.
amount of each.
I honestly would need like so much more information because like just the descriptions of what the items do isn't I didn't scroll up far enough. I'm a dumbass.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff posted in there. Do we wanna shelve it and finish it up in the first part of the next session?
Yes.
All in favor?
Yeah, I think that works.
Okay, let me get a big paste of the rules here. All right, let me put this in your guys' thing. There you go. Let me bring them back. All right. So we decided we're going to let you guys figure this out over the next 2 weeks because we don't have D&D next Sunday because of Mother's Day. And we will take the first part of the next session to finish this. Then we will assume it's the next day. Any questions?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
We don't play next Sunday. You'll have 2 weeks to figure it out amongst yourselves in Discord. And we will have the first part of the 2 weeks from now session be, or, you know, if it's canceled, whatever day we play, the first of the next session being finishing up this class, and then we will just flip to morning the next day.
Okay. Just one last question for you about this.
Yes.
Because you said we're getting a circuit board.
Yes.
Is there a specific way that the circuit board is laid out? Because that, or are we
Think
just
like a bread
wiring this all
box. You can
willy-nilly?
think like a bread box. You can just put things in whatever order you want.
Okay, so we're just basically putting the already established wiring into slots and whatnot. Okay.
Yeah, like think like a grid, and you can put one per box, sort of deal. Put things next to each other. You need to use all of the components.
Okay, so yeah, like you said, it's a breadboard. Okay.
Yeah. So we will finish that puzzle. The other group, you guys had your debate.
Who won?
They did.
We did.
Good.
We did, baby.
We had non.
Master was an idiot.
The Braster was not great.
This
And
is
one
the best
silver-
you've got.
Who will give me a real fight?
All right. So thank you everybody for playing. Thanks everyone for watching. That'll be 8 loot points for everybody. And we will see you all in 2 weeks.
All right. Bye bye.
Thank you.
See ya.
Thank you.